Alright, match 2, traditional mono red prowess, this time without Obosh, but with maximum otherwise grind potential. And these Abbot of Keral keeps bring a smile to my face. They just look so sweet. Such a sweet card, such a sweet overlooked card. I heard that other people were experimenting with this, but it really, like, I was not aware. When I basically, I'll tell you exactly what happened with this card, okay? From what I remember, at least. So here's the situation. I forget the exact timeline, but I was basically searching for a good card that would, yeah, actually, this started off with Gigantha builds, because what happened is I used to be playing Eidolon of the Great Revel, in the, because remember I had those Burn Prowess hybrid decks, very different than these. I mean, those had, like, Riftbolt, Lava Spike. Those were more like actual burn decks, but they had the Prowess creatures in them. They were basically all 1-drops, but, you know, it was more of a burn deck than a Prowess deck. But what happened is when Gigantha was spoiled, I wanted to try to fit that in my deck. Because actually, believe it or not, I actually tried out a Gigantha version and a, let's see here. Let's get on the board with Abbot. Hopefully we don't burn a land away. That would suck. Anyway, point is that Abbot started off as a replacement for Eidolon in those burn prowess decks, and what I personally quickly found out was that I think Abbot is far superior to Eidolon. I mean, sure, like, Eidolon is more nuts in certain matchups, but Abbot is just superior in, you know, many more spots. You know, I don't know what else to say. All right, if they mana leak, they mana leak. Okay. This could be a mistake, but I'm gonna get in there with more damage. This already took a pretty good amount of damage from Abbot. Even without us getting card advantage, it's still just you know, dishing out a lot of damage. I think we're gonna double stomp, believe it or not. And if they path, they path. But they may want to also counter the stomps, I'm not sure. Alright. Got another one where that came from. And the next turn we can get full value out of Seasoned Pyromancer. Man, this actually feels pretty sweet. So, I mean, we're putting on a lot of aggro pressure, but we're still not like... We're not like an aggro deck. I mean, we're playing like an aggro deck, but we've got this really great late game with this Pyromancer here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's bolt. Keep the damage pressure high. Let's play this. We draw a land bolt. Okay, if we drew land bolt, that could have been game. Alright, well, Uro is definitely coming out next turn. But ideally we want to put our opponent in a situation where they're going to want to chump, and then maybe we can either finish it off or finish them off even better. Alright, there's the Uro. Man, the gain 3 life is pretty brutal. Let's see, they're mostly shields down here. Well, mostly. Okay, let's see what we can do. Lava Dart actually might not be bad. We might just play Soul Scar and Bonecrusher and then pass. But then if they've got Cryptic Loop, then basically that's GG. Okay, be nice to take our turn. Alright, alright. I think we can work with this. Yeah, so we're going to hope they don't have another Mana Leak or another Force Negation. And what we're going to hope is if we draw like another Firebolt or another Lightning Bolt or something, we might be able to just take the game here. Let's see. Unfortunately, it does look like they've got a Mana Leak. Well, so be it. They didn't have to have that. Yeah, it would have actually been very, very not unreasonable to chain together what we would have needed to win, but they did have Mana Leak, unfortunately. Well, hopefully they don't have Cryptic Command, because they go up to 7 life, but we are potentially threatening a lot of damage next turn, either through Flashback Firebolt or something we top deck. Hey, well, that's going to pad their life total more, for sure. Okay. Well, I still don't feel comfortable to attack. I guess that's somewhat comforting. Well, that would have been probably game. Yeah, just resizing because my video capture software is blocking the Teferi. It's that one loyalty, of course. I don't think I can really make hay out of this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this. I'm just going to play this. Another Mana Leak. Oh yeah, I guess I put that to the top. Alright, but it's fine. We need to replay the Soul Scar anyway. Next turn we might be able to make hay out of this. Ideally with another burn spell and not like a land, because let's see, we can double Lava Spike, Lava Dart, bring them in at 5, assuming they don't attack, and then if they block the Abbot, we still could get through with the others. But let's see. We have a completely diversified curve here if they've got engineered explosives. I think they got engineered explosives. It's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. It's kind of an overcosted removal spell. Oh, well. Alright, another Uro. Well, that pads the life total more. Definitely, we need another burn spell now. Maybe a Flame Slash. We gotta remember that we can't use Lava Dart as an instant because of Teferi. Okay, good burn spell, good burn spell. Good burn spell. Teferi should be at 2 loyalty now. I don't really see the point of killing it. Could just Firebolt them. Man, they're getting to the point where they can play another Uro soon. Well, anyway, I still think this is the best course of action. It's just whittling down this Uro. Well, and they might counter it too. Okay, you know, that works for us too. That's definitely not the worst card that can get countered. But unfortunately, it does mean that they can escape their Uro in their graveyard now. So they can attack. Alright, and if they do this, then they won't be able to escape Uro. Okay. Now, I don't know why they didn't go after Abbot. They could have pinged our Abbot pretty easily, and I think that would have been pretty solid. Now a land actually wouldn't be half bad, being able to... So I think they cycled, if I'm not mistaken. No? Let's return to regular old land. Trying to see what they did with activates another render 6 targeting. Yeah, so they got the Triome. But the good news is I don't think their Mana Leak, I don't think the Mana Leak they put on top is gonna cut it. So let's see, if we go all at them, then they're at 4. And yeah, since we can't kill Uro outright, I guess this is just what we have to do. Can't help but feel like the better play. Okay. Let's see. Do we still have this? Because if we double the 7, 4, 6, not quite. Getting down to 1 though seems pretty legit though. Alternatively, we can go after Uro, and then it can block. Problem is it'll just block the Abbot. But then it'll take 6, but then they can just escape the other Uro, and then we're back at square one. Yeah, let's just get them down to 1. Surprised they didn't tap the team. If we go after Uro for the last one, it's almost the same thing. Yeah, so we want them to block the Abbot. Yeah, we want them to block the Abbot. So ideally, yeah, I mean that was the most vulnerable anyway. I don't know, we got a chip in a chair. But unfortunately, they've got better than a chip in a chair. They got the Cryptic Loop, and they got Renin 6 to Well, yeah, but they can gain 3 life. But they can't quite do the full Cryptic Loop, because ideally they'd want to put it on their library, then draw with Uro. But they can't quite do that, because putting it on top of their library would require losing 1 life. So maybe they can't quite do the Cryptic Loop. I mean, well, they don't... Yeah, I don't know. Because if they don't have a fetch land in hand... Okay, okay. Fair enough. Alright, we really put the opponent on the back foot, though. I mean, for not having Blood Moon... Yeah, I think we really put them on the back foot. Alright, I agree with this. Pseudo-vigilance. They need to pad their life total, too. Alright, well now we're pretty unlikely to win this. But on the other hand, they've earned almost half their clock. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people say winning on time is not honorable. I say it's more honorable to win than to lose, as long as you're playing by the rules. That's the key point. Play by the rules, people. Play by the rules, and then, you know, for the most part, there's always corner case exceptions, but for the most part, if you play by the rules, you know, it's not the player, it's the game, as they say. If there's an issue you have. Of course, people could say, well, you know, but if people play very boring decks, the game becomes more boring. You'd think eventually, though, Wizards, like whatever company like Wizards would want to discourage boring gameplay like that. Alright, I'm blocking for sure. Alright, opponents use half their clock on game 1. So, I mean, that is an advantage. So we know this is going to get mana leaked, but what can you do? Or maybe not. No, it's getting mana leaked. Yep. So they can remove this with Teferi and attack for lethal, but they didn't remove it with Teferi. So I think we live to see another day. Oh, never mind. I miscounted. Alright, let's bring in both the relics and the Blood Moons. Flame Slash is good against Omnath, but they don't always have Omnath. And it's really not good in basically any other situation besides Omnath. So, yeah. Also, Firebolt is good, but I think Lava Dart is almost strictly better in this matchup. We're not giving up any of our threats. We need maximum threat density. Let's go. All right, I like it. We're gonna take a lot of damage off these, but better than them coming into play tapped. Alright, so this one I think we can have come into play tapped. You know, even though our life total is not like the most important, it still is a thing. Hopefully we just stick a Blood Moon and then just run away with the game next turn. Seems unlikely, but well, if they don't have Force of Negation, it might just happen. I got a feeling they got Force of Negation. Or maybe not. Well, I mean, this doesn't mean they don't have Force of Negation. It just means, well, I guess it doesn't. I mean, I guess they don't. Feels like it's been a while since I cheesed a game with Blood Moon, but here we are. I think their removal for Blood Moon is all basically blue. Alright, let's ditch a Seasoned and a Shatterskull. Get 2 tokens. Play this. And wow, and now we've got a lot of threats shaping up. And let's remove Great Man from Graveyard. Alright, let's play this with maximum mana open. Sweet. Man, when Abbot is working, Abbot feels so sweet. I mean, realistically, it doesn't... You know, we're winning this game because of Blood Moon, not because of Abbot, but still. We can have our fun, can't we? Man, Abbot plus Season, man, talk about the grind. Alright, I like it. I like it, let's go. Abbot, playing Abbot into Season Pyromancer, and we can cast it, now that's where it's at. Of course, if we reveal Season, that would suck, which does happen, but we'll keep that to a minimum. We're probably going to play Relic and cycle it next turn if we don't see a land. We might do that anyway, though, because like we don't want to expose ourselves too much to EE. Now, if they path us here, which they might, that actually could lead us to playing a turn 2 Blood Moon. Yeah, they didn't quite want to make our Soulscar Mage into the best 1-mana ramp spell ever printed. Yeah, they weren't equipped to handle Blood Moon. Okay, so I still think we're cycling this. You know, it could have been some consideration to like attacking and then seeing if they path it. We might have missed out on 2 points of damage, but I think we're okay. Alright, we're cracking Relic for sure. Let's try to bait out a force negation. Nope, didn't work. Well, I doubt they play Mana Tithe. That would really suck if this gets Mana Tithe. I'm surprised they fetched. I'm surprised I didn't get a basic, but, you know, probably have Celestial Purge, I'm guessing. They've almost certainly got, Celestial Purge. Let's try to set up for a good turn next turn after they purge our Blood Moon. Yeah, we just know it. We can just tell. Alright, well, we can cleanly deal with this with Lightning Bolt, at least. You know, we maybe should have responded, but the thing is, we don't want them to, like... Yeah, if they've got Mana Leak, then this was a disaster. But the thinking was, and obviously we didn't think long enough. Well, okay, maybe we're okay. Was that we don't want them, we want them to shape their hand thinking Jace is gonna live, basically. Okay. Well, let's cycle one of these. Ideally, we want to play both of these, so I think I'm probably going to cycle the other relic. I could have cycled it on my turn, but, like, I think the difference between having 6 and 7 mana is pretty marginal. And now we got 2 must answer threats, that's the problem. At least we can answer Teferi, and I think we've got to try to do that now. We can actually, we're so close to doing both, actually. Actually, we have to play the Blood Moon, because if we don't, it goes away. Alrighty. And I think we need to bolt. I think we need a bolt Teferi too, because otherwise Teferi can tuck our Blood Moon. I mean, drawing another card is definitely not good, but yeah. You're drawing 2 cards. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Well, it's not bad, but it's also not exactly what we wanted either. Well, let's just do this. Well, let's see what the old roulette wheel brings. If it even resolves. Man, this is a big problem. I don't think we're quite past the point of no return yet, but we're very close. It all depends on also what's in their hand. Hopefully it's a bunch of lands. They don't want to play them because they want to wait until they can deal with Blood Moon. And we're under pressure from these zombies too, so like, we're dealing with it from all sides. Alright, let's, man. I mean, these are good, but they're just expensive. And they've got the answers. Well, let's, we have to do this, like, because it's like now or never. Well, let's try. There's hope, but we still have an active Ren and 6 that we cannot let ultimate. 2 zombies pressuring us, but we do have a source of card draw. But they did take care of our Blood Moon. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Okay. We have another mana lake, then that's like, oh my goodness. Alright, we tried, people.